Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another volleyball broadcast here on WCMP. Thank you all for joining in here this evening. We're in Hinckley as the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars host the Pine City Dragons. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's game here in Hinckley, again at their beautiful gymnasium. Looking at the two teams in this game, starting with the home team, Hinckley-Finlayson. They're 1-1 on the seasons. They come into this game with a win against the Rebels at the beginning of the year. They won that game 3-2 over Moose Lake Willow River. They played a game just this Tuesday against Demora, and they fell in that game 3-0. This team last year, in the shortened season that it was, won 3 games. They won twice against Ogilvie by the same score of 3-1. And they also beat Isle in a match that went all 5 sets, and the Jaguars took that one 3-2. This year's Jaguars team is a veteran group led by 8 seniors on their roster, according to their roster that they have on the MSHSL website. So a very veteran team out here this evening for the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. Again, led by 8 seniors for this team. Looking at the seniors, it is Riley Krieger, Bella Brandt, Maddie Churchill, Gemma Lenzen, Kennedy Cessna, Chloe Rice, Georgia Rice, and Kendra Bevins. Those are the 8 seniors on the squad for Hinckley-Finlayson. Moving over to Pine City. Pine City is 1-2 on the season. They played in a tournament up in Royalton. They are just 1 game below 500, and their 2 losses have come against, well, their 1 loss came against Pillager in that tournament up in Royalton, but then a loss to Malacca last week, 3-0. And then their most recent loss was to Proctor just on Tuesday night, 3-1, and that game was a lot closer than a 3-1 score that it was. In the first set, Proctor really dominated, but then in the second set, you could feel momentum begin to shift towards Pine City, and in the third set, that momentum would shift enough for Pine City to get the victory in set 3 as they trailed 2-1. In that fourth set, man, what a set that was. The best set of the evening by far. It was a back-and-forth set. Pine City had the lead go to start that set, and then they gave it away as Proctor was able to come back and tie it up. But Pine City quickly regained the lead, and then it was back and forth from there on out. Point for point, both teams went, and neither team really led by more than 3 than at the beginning of that set did Pine City, and then after that, neither team led by more than 2 until the very end. Proctor was able to get a score, and then they led 23-22, and then they were able to get another score and make it 24-22 for match point. But the Dragons came back. They got a score, made it 23-24, and then they tied things up at 24 apiece. But then Proctor was able to come back on a point of their own, and then a nice kill from one of their players. I forget her, Rodberg is her name, a very good player. I was told by one of the members, the manager for Pine City, Lydia Blotz, that she is probably one of their best players that Proctor has, but she was able to get the last point for Proctor as Proctor got the victory 3-1 over Pine City in that game. Their 2 wins have come against Bram. Of course, that was in the Royalton tournament. Then their other win has come, against Mora there in the first, regular season game of the year. They won that one 3-1 as well. Last year, this team had only 2 losses, but finished 3rd in the Great River Conference as they lost 2 conference games to both Rush City and Onamia. Now, Rush City and Onamia each only lost 1, believe it or not, to each other. I want to thank you all again for tuning in here tonight, whether you're listening on WCMPradio.com or on 106.5 FM, AM 1350. I want to thank you so much for tuning in for this volleyball matchup between the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars and the Pine City Dragons. A little bit of a later start as the JV game went a little bit late, but that's okay. We'll get going here soon. There's about a minute left on the warm-up clock, and then we'll be set for action. Continuing on with looking at both these teams since 2009, that's as far back as the records that I can find go. Since then, Pine City leads this matchup, this series between these two teams, 21-4 over Hinckley-Finlayson. But Hinckley-Finlayson did beat Pine City 3 times in 1 year. Yes, 3 in 1 year, and that was back in 2012. The Jaguars beat Pine City 3 times in 2012, and that was the 3 matchups that they had. So they got the victory 3 consecutive times over Pine City in that year. But Pine City has been dominant in this matchup between these two teams, but Hinckley-Finlayson looking to turn the tide here tonight. Now that record of 21-4 that Pine City leads this series does include some tournaments, so it is not just regular season play. It does include some tournaments between these two teams. We're just about set for action, and before we get going, let's get a word from our fine sponsors. Of course, we can't do and bring you any of these games without our fine sponsors, so make sure you give them a nice word and make sure you let them know that if you enjoyed this broadcast, to keep sponsoring so we can come out here and bring you these games. Welcome back in to Hinckley-Finlayson High School. We're getting set for this matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. Both teams are out there and set for this matchup here this evening. Again, the WCMP volleyball game of the week. Out there on the back line, we have Riley Kreger, Bella Brandt, and Joey Hopkins. Then on the front line, it looks like it is Maddie Churchill, Sydney Kreger, and I cannot see, it is number 12, Kennedy Cessna. That's your starting six for Hinckley-Finlayson. Starting six for the Pine City Dragons, Megan Mako, Harley Jusak, Madison Bombard, Chloe Lind, Abby Agard, and Arissa Rydberg. The serve from Megan Mako goes into the net, and we will start this game with a serve in the net, and Hinckley-Finlayson will get the first points. So back to serve now for Hinckley-Finlayson is Riley Kreger. Kreger. The Pine City fans are coming out well here tonight. Kreger's serve is over. Dug up by Bombard to Rydberg to Lynn. She pushes it over in that back corner. It's in. It's in for a point, and the Dragons will get a point back. Lynn with just a beautiful push over the net. Knew exactly where she wanted to go with it, that back far corner, and she got it to drop in there for a point. Agard back to serve for the Dragons now. That one drops, and nice dig there by the Jaguars. Hopkins on the other side now for the Dragons, dug up by them. Jusak will get it over, pushed up by the Jaguars, and the attempted kill is blocked there. Riley Kreger with the attempt over. Jusak with the attempt over, blocked by the Jaguars up front. Nice dig. Kreger again looking for the kill, blocked by Lynn. She'll get it over, and that one's going to fall in for a point for Pine City. 2-1, the Dragons lead early here in set number one. Abby Agard back to serve. Her serve is over. It's dug up by the two back there. That's Joey Hopkins. And hit on over by Kreger. Attempted to get it over, but it was into the net. Another point for Pine City as they lead 3-1. Agard with the serve. It's over. Dug up by that back line. Kreger gets to it and then pushed over here by Degerstrom. Degerstrom with the dig. Dug up by Pine City. Lynn with the attempted kill. It goes over the net. And dug up by the Dragons. This is Rydberg who gets it over. Dug up there by Cessna. Cessna and her teammates trying to get it over, and it will fall short. And Pine City will lead 4-1. Good hustle there by the Jaguars on defense. Just could not get that third hit to go over as Agard's serve is over the net. Dug up back there by Bella Brandt and then hit on over. Couldn't see the number. The block from Chloe Lynn will give the Dragons another point. Maddie Churchill is whose shot was blocked. Agard serve up over. Dug up there by Kreger, then hit on over here by Degerstrom, but that one's into the net. And the Dragons lead 6-1 now. 6-1 the lead as Abby Agard is back to serve. But before we get that serve, we're going to get a timeout here by Hinckley-Finlayson. And while they take a timeout, we'll take a commercial break as well. You're listening to Volleyball on WCMP. Back here in Hinckley, the fans have come out, and it's so nice to hear them and see them out here. Pine City student section here is getting rowdy early, but just because we hear them a lot does not mean that the Jaguar student section is not out in full force either. It is. I look at them over there, and they've got a lot of them over there. Agard's serve is over, dug up by Brandt. And then the attempt to kill is blocked there. Not catch the number of who got the kill. Churchill again got her shot blocked. Lind and Jusak were near, as was Rydberg. Agard's serve is over. Brandt with the dig. Pushed up by Kreger. Pushed on over by Degerstrom, and we're going to get someone went under the net or stepped over the line. 8-1. Agard's serve is over. Dug up by the Jaguars. Kreger and Degerstrom. She'll get it over. Lind with the dig. To Rydberg, to Jusak. That one's down for a kill. A strong kill. That makes it 9-1 in favor of the Dragons. Agard back to serve again. She hasn't had to move. Again, she's been back there for 8 straight points. That one's dug up there by Hopkins for the Jaguars. Pushed on over by Kreger. That's Sydney Kreger. And Jusak with the attempted kill. Dug up nicely by the Jaguars there, but just a little strong off of Riley Kreger's fist, and it goes back, and it will be 10-1 now in favor of Pine City. Agard with the serve, dug up there by Brandt. Pushed on over again by Sydney Kreger. Dug up by Agard. Lind with the attempted kill. That's dug up nicely by the Jaguars. They keep it alive and hit on over by Brandt. Dug up here by Mako to Lind, and Mako will hit it over. This one's dug there by Hopkins. Pushed on over, and it's down for the kill from Maddie Churchill. And they'll get a point here. 10-2. The Jaguars trail. 10-2 for the Jags, and it is Maddie Churchill back to serve. Her serve is up and just over. Bombard with the dig. Jusak with the attempted kill. Nice spot for it, but it's dug up by the Jaguars nicely over there. That's Joey Hopkins, and on over is Lind. Dug up again by the Jaguars. Hit on over there by Brandt. That one's dug up by the Dragons. Jusak with the attempted kill. It's blocked, but it falls right behind the 2 Jaguars that blocked it. Sydney Kreger and Kennedy Cessna went for the block, but it just was too strong as it fell behind them, down for a point, 11-2. Chloe Lind will be back to serve for the Dragons as they lead 11-2. Lind serve. Oh, it does get over the net. Sometimes the net is your best friend when you're serving. Jaguars do a nice job to get it over. Cessna will get it over, and then hitting it over is Rydberg. Kreger gets to it, and that's into the net. Nice hustle there by Riley Kreger, but Brandt had no chance at it as it goes into the net. And down for a point. Dragons 12-2 lead early in set number 1. Lind with the serve. That one's going to be into the net, and that'll make it 12-3. And Hinckley-Finlayson will be back to serve. To serve for them is Kennedy Cessna. Going to get a substitution for Joey Hopkins. In for her. Can't see the number yet. I'll let you know when I do. Cessna back to serve. I believe it's Kenna Johnson in. And no, it's Gemma Lenzen, but the serve is long, and it is going to go back to the Dragons. 13-3 they lead. Back to serve for them now is Arissa Rydberg. Mako checks out. In for her is Emma Hermanson. Rydberg, her serve is over. Dug up by the libero Kendra Bevins, and it's off of her a little bit too strong. Down for a point for the Dragons, 14-3. Rydberg with the serve. It's off the mark. Oh, Jaguars kept it alive and still keeping it alive. Nice hustle there shown. That's Maddie Churchill who showed that nice hustle. It gets down for a point for Pine City, 15-3 they lead. Bit of a mistake there from the Jaguars. That serve was looking like it was going out of bounds. They kept it alive, but I could have been wrong. I'm at a different angle here, so I could be wrong as Rydberg's serve is over. Kreger, and then getting it over is Bevins. Dug up here by Lind to Rydberg, to Jusak. She gets it over, and it's down right by Bevins for a point, 16-3. The Dragons with the lead. Rydberg back to serve for the Dragons. They lead 16-3 in set 1. It's up and over, miscommunication, but Bevins still digs it up. Hit on over by Brandt, and nearly down for a point. Dug up, though, by Agard and hit on over. I believe that was Rydberg, and the attempted kill is dug up by the Dragons. Agard's hit is over, and then it was dug up by Bevins, but just in front of all of her teammates, and it goes under the net for a point for Pine City. Pine City leads this one 17-3 as we get later on in this first set. Dragons with the lead. 17-3 over the Jaguars. You're listening to Volleyball on WCMP. Welcome back in. Timeout just about over. These teams will get set to come back onto the court. Dragons lead 17-3 over the Jaguars of Hinckley-Finlayson. Rydberg is back to serve for the Dragons. Get the ball in here. And her serve is up and over. Dug up by Bevins, but it goes awkwardly off of her forearms and out of bounds. 18-3 Dragons. Bevins will check out, and for her is Riley Kreger. Ball rolled all the way to the doors of the gym, and a fan nice enough to roll the ball in as Rydberg will get set to serve again for the Dragons. Serve is up and over. Dug up there by Churchill. To Cessna. Pushed on over here. And then the attempted kill from Pine City dug up nicely by the Dragons. It's down awkwardly, and somehow the Dragons keep it alive as Rydberg hits it on over, but it's dug up by the Jaguars. That one's long, kept it alive by Lind. Kreger with the near kill, hit on over there by Staber. And the attempted kill by Billabrandt is blocked, and then it rolls on the net. Oh my goodness. Looking to try and get one over was Kreger. She tried to just tap it over, but then it rolled on the net and fell on their side for a point. Rydberg's serve is over. Brandt showing some hustle, and Lenzen with the attempted kill dug up by Agard. Now that's Hermanson, and it's gonna be, that one's in. I thought that one was a little bit long, but it must have just got in on that far or near side corner on the Jaguar side, and it is point for Pine City. Rydberg serves over. Dug up by Churchill. To Brandt. Pushed on over by Lenzen. It's down for a point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They get a point there. 20-4 they trail. And back to serve will be Sydney Kreger, a sophomore. Serve is up. It's over. Oh, and it goes off of Hermanson's fist, and it will go out of bounds, and Jaguars will get one back. 20-5. For the Jaguars, you just got to keep chipping away at this lead of the Dragons. Can't get it all back in one. Agard with the dig. To Rydberg, and Hermanson, it's blocked, it falls right in front of Lynn, and the Jaguars trying to make a comeback here. They now trail 20-6. Serve from Kreger is over. Dug up there by Agard, and Hermanson has it blocked again. Lind will get it over, and then tapped on down by Lenzen for another point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They were down by 17 at one point, making a comeback here. Kreger's serve is over. Dug up by Agard, pushed down over by Hermanson. And it's dug up by the back line. I can't see the number, blocked by the judge. And then hit, and it's going to be dug up by Rydberg. Tough one there as Brandt credit for that one. 8-20. Jaguars working their way back. Sydney Kreger back to serve for the Jaguars yet again. Her serve is up. It is over. Dug up by Agard. Oh, and that looked like she touched the fence on that one, but they're going to say that a Dragon player must have went under the net, and it is going to be point for Hinckley-Finlayson. Any way you can get them, you're not going to be too mad with it. How you get them as long as you get them. Agard with the dig. And Jusak with the attempted kill, dug up nicely by the Jaguars. That's Brandt who is going to look for the kill. It's out of bounds, but there's going to be a whistle here on Pine City. And not sure what the call is. Maybe, again, under the net, going past the line. And the Jaguars have cut the lead in half, 20-10. Kreger serve over. Dug up by Agard. To Rydberg. To Hermanson. Attempted block is missed, but it rolls. And Bella Brandt looking for the kill. Dug up by Lind nicely. To Rydberg. Hermanson, no, that's Jusak who will get the chance for the kill, and it goes into the net. Bella Brandt had no chance to get to that one. And it's 21-10, Pine City. Carly Jusak back to serve. Her serve is over, dug up by Cessna. Hit on over by Lenzen, it's long. And that'll be a point for Pine City, 22-10 they lead. Jusak, her serve is over. Back up. And pushed on over by Lenzen. Dragons have it. Staber looking for the kill. It's dug up nicely by the Jaguars. Bella Brandt looking for the kill. And Chloe Lind with the diving save, and then hitting it over with Staber a little bit long. And the Jaguars will get the point there as the lead is cut in half, 11-22. Back to serve is Bella Brandt for the Jaguars. Serve is up and over. Pushed up and kept alive by the Dragons. That one was head right for the court. Staber gets it over. Jaguars. And just tapped over the net by Riley Kreger. Will give them the point. 12-22, they trail. Bella Brandt back to serve. It's up, it's over. Dug up by Lind. It's all the way up to the rafters there. Agard will get it over. And it's down for a point for Pine City. 23-12. Dragons look to close this one out with 2 more points. Sage Staber back to serve. It's up, it's over. Dug up by Cessna. Hit on over there by Churchill. It's blocked by Hermanson, 24-12. And we're at set point for the Dragons as Staber looks to close it out here for the Dragons. Serve is over. Dug up by the Jaguars. Kreger hit on over by, can't see the number. Kept alive by Lind, and it's hit on over by Agard. Kept alive by the Jaguars nicely. Looking for the kill is Churchill. She keeps it alive, does her teammate. And the Dragons will have to keep it alive themselves. Agard will get it over the net. Dug up by Riley Kreger. And she's looking for the kill. It's off the net and over. Jusak keeps it alive after the Staber dive. It's over the net. Jaguars have it. Looking for the kill is Churchill. It's blocked by Hermanson. And the Dragons will get the first set win, 25-12. So the Dragons get the win in the first set, 25-12. Late in that set, it looked like Hinckley-Finlayson was just about to make a comeback on the Dragons. They scored, I think it was 7 or 8 straight points to cut the lead in half. And then the Dragons would score a few. Jaguars get the ball back and score a few themselves, and then the Dragons would close it out with Sage Staber back there serving. So the first set goes the way of the Dragons, and they will lead 1-0 over the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. You're listening to WCMP's Volleyball Game of the Week. Both teams getting set to get back out onto the court. Pine City is back out there. They are ready for this second set to be underway. And Dragons take the first set 25-12. Jaguars looking to make it a little bit of a different story here in the second set as they found some success there late in that first set. But the Dragons were just too far ahead already. Starting this one will be Sydney Kreger. She's back to serve for the Jaguars. Her serve is up and over, dug up by Jusak. To Rydberg. Lind looking for the kill. It's off the net. So much like the first set, second set will start with the Jaguars getting the first point. Lind looking for the kill, just not over the net enough as it goes into the net and rolls right back down on the Dragon side. Sydney Kreger with the serve. It's over, dug up by Jusak again to Rydberg. This time it is, can't see, that was Agard who will get the kill. It's 1-1, tied up here in the second set. Speaking of Agard, she is back to serve here for the Dragons. Her serve is up and over. Dug up there by Cessna. Hit on over by Brand. It's dug up by the Dragons' Mako. Lind looking for the kill. It's going to be long, and that'll be point for Hinckley-Finlayson. Lind had the perfect spot where to put that ball. She knew exactly where it needed to go, but it was just long. And Bella Brandt back to serve. It is just over the net. Bombard with the dig. Mako to Rydberg rather. She gets it over, dug up here by the Jaguars, and that is Churchill looking for the kill. It's off of Mako. It's going to be point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They lead 3-1 here in set number 2. Brandt again back to serve. The first time these two teams met last year was a dandy. We'll talk about that in between sets. Dug up meanwhile by the Dragons. Carly Jusak looking for the kill. She gets it. And the Jaguars still hold on to a 1-point lead, 3-2. Chloe Lind will be back to serve. Serve is up and over. Dug up there by Cessna and just awkwardly to her teammate as it falls for a point for Pine City. And we're tied at 3 apiece. Set number 2, Dragons tied with the Jaguars, 3-3. And that one goes into the net. Point back for Hinckley-Finlayson. 4-3 now the score in favor of the Jaguars. We're here in Hinckley at the Hinckley-Finlayson High School in their gym. Gemma Lenzen will check out, and in for her will be Georgia Rice, one of 8 seniors on this squad. She'll be back to serve. Her serve is over. Dug up there by Agard to Staber. It's over the net. Jaguars have it. Dug up. Churchill with the dig. That's Maddie Churchill. Rydberg. Oh, she dug it up nicely off the net, but then it goes into the crease of the net, the pulley system that it has. Goes up into there, and it's stuck, and that's going to be point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They lead 5-3 here in set number 2. Pine City leads 1-0, but again, Hinckley-Finlayson looking to come back here in this one. Georgia Rice back to serve. It's up, and it's just over the net. It's over the net either way. And it's going to go back to the Jaguars on their side. Looking for the kill. That is Riley Kreger. And then hit on over there by Cessna. And Rydberg looking for the kill, but it's into the net. Point for Hinckley-Finlayson. 6-3 they lead. Georgia Rice back to serve. Sometimes you just get someone back to serve who does it well, and she becomes the key, as it looks like Georgia Rice has, and that one off of Chloe Lind awkwardly. It's going to be down for a point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They lead 7-3. Here in set number 2, Georgia Rice. Her serve is over. Dug up by Agard. Lind keeps it alive. Rydberg, it's over the net. Nice job there by the Dragons to keep that one alive. And then Cessna looking for the kill, dug up by Mako. Then tapped on over. That's Rydberg who will get one back for the Dragons. 7-4. Jaguars still lead. And Rydberg, speaking of, will go back to serve for the Dragons. We get a substitution. Georgia Rice will come out, and in for her, waiting on the number to see. It looks like it's number 5, Joey Hopkins. Rydberg, her serve is over the net, and I mean just over, but it's going to be out of bounds. Point for Hinckley-Finlayson. 8-4. Jaguar lead as Riley Kreger back to serve. Her serve is over. Got up on the biceps of Agar, but it's finally pushed on over, and Cessna looking for the kill, dug up by Rydberg. 2 Dragons go after it. It's Lind, but Staber looking for the kill. She's going to put her hand into the net, and that should be point for the Jaguars, I believe. No, we're going to get a, So the whistle was not on the Dragons. It was, in fact, on the Jaguars, and that will be point for the Dragons as they trail 8-5 here in set number 2. Jusak serve is over. Dug up by Brandt. Cessna looking for the kill. Dug up by Lind. Jusak and Stabro will get it over. Dug up nicely by the Jaguars, then tapped on over. That was Churchill who tapped it over. She'll get the dig on this one. And then it is Degerstrom who gets the hit, and it's off of a Dragon defender. And Hinckley-Finlayson leads 9-5. Back to serve will be Maddie Churchill for the Jaguars. It's over. Dug up by Lind. To Rydberg. To Lind again. Dug up there by Churchill. Looking for the kill is Bella Brandt. Kept alive by Lind. Pushed over by Rydberg. Kept alive by Churchill. Nice hustle from the Jaguars. Lind will keep this one alive to Rydberg. And Agard looking for the kill. It is long. That hit by Agard long. It's out of play. Point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They lead 10-5. Churchill serve is over. Dug up by Lind. Agard racing to it. They have a chance to get it over. And Jusak, it's into the net. Nice hustle there from the Dragons. And Jusak, she tried to get it over with that third hit, but just comes up short. It's point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They lead 11-5. Churchill serve over the net. Beautiful serve. Rydberg just taps it over. And kept alive beautifully by the Jaguars. They're being attentive out there. Agard kind of mishits the ball there. It's point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They lead 12-5 here in set number 2, trailing 1-0. Churchill back to serve again. It's up. It's long. So that may be the break the Dragons need right there, as Churchill's serve is long. Staber will check out, and in for her will be Madison Bombard, the libero for the Dragons. Her serve is over. Dug up there by Brandt. And Brandt looking for the kill. It's dug up by Bombard. Nice job. She had to die for it either way. She got it over. And dug up this time by Agard. And Agard will look for the kill. That one's off. A Jaguar down for a point, and Pine City trails 12-7. Bombard back to serve. Serve is over. Dug up by the Jaguars. And looking for the kill, that is Degerstrom, but Dragons will tap it on down. 12-8. Bombard serve is over. Dug up there by Brandt. And hit down by Brandt. We're going to get a whistle. And I believe the Dragons went into the net. Make it 13-8. Hinckley-Finlayson. Looks like a substitution as Chloe Hopkins checks out. Gemma Lenzen checks in. And Serving is Cessna. Her serve is dug up by the Dragons. Lynn is going to have to go at it at an awkward angle. She does, and somehow manages to get that one to fall off of a Hinckley-Finlayson defender. In for a point. It's 13-9. Chloe Lynn had to go at an extremely awkward angle, out of bounds near the net, and somehow got it to fall. Hermanson will be back to serve for the Dragons. Her serve is up and over, and racing for it was Churchill, but just not able to catch up to it in time. And that'll be point for Dragons as they trail 13-10. Hermanson back to serve for the Dragons. Serve is up and over, dug up by the Jaguars. And that one's over, dug up by Hermanson. Rydberg, and Lynn will just tap it over, dug up by Cessna. And tapped on over by Brandt, dug up by Jusak to Hermanson. Jusak will get it over the net. And that one's dug up by Cessna. This time it's Lenzen. She gets it down for the kill. 14-10 to Jaguars lead. Lenzen gets the kill on that one. Dagerstrom checks out. In for her will be Sydney Kreger. And Kreger will go back to serve. Sydney Kreger gets the whistle. That is okay to serve. Her serve is over. Dug up by Mako. To Rydberg. To Agard. It's over. The block attempt rolls off of the Jaguars and then hit on over by Brandt into the net. And point back for the Dragons. 14-11. Hinckley-Finlayson still with the lead. Abby Agard back to serve. Serve is over. And hit on over into the net, rather. Bella Brandt looking to get a point back for the Jaguars, but goes into the net. Agard back to serve. Serve is up, and it's over. Dug up there by the Jags. And then looking for the kill was Brandt. Dug up, though, by the Dragons. Lynn gets it over. And Brandt looking for the kill. Kept alive by Agard, but it rolls off of her fist. Out of bounds. Point for Hinckley-Finlayson. 15-12. They lead. Jaguars lead in set number 2, 15-12. Trailing 1 set to none. Bella Brandt with the serve. It's over. Dug up by Bombard. To Rydberg. It's hit over by Jusak. Kept alive by the Jaguars. And Churchill will get it over. Dug up by the Dragons. Lynn with the kill. She squared that one up and absolutely tore it apart as the Jaguars still with the lead here in set number 2, 15-13. Chloe Lind will go back to serve. Lind standing on the red, what would be the boundary line for basketball. Her serve is up and over. Oh, that's a tough one there as it's off of Bella Brandt a little too hard. 15-14, Dragons within 1. Jaguars have pretty much controlled this second set, but the Dragons were never out of it. You just never felt like they were too far away from the lead, and they are, again, within 1 of it here. Lynn's serve is over. Dug up by Brandt. Dragons have it now on their side, and Jusak looking for the kill, and it's dug up, though, by the Jaguars. And it'll be pushed on over here by Lenzen, dug up by the Dragons. It's Rydberg and Staber. Staber with the kill. She'll tie things up at 15. Sage Staber with the kill. And point for Pine City. Lynn back to serve. It's up, it's over. Dug up there by Cessna. And the hit is into the net by Riley Kreger, and point for Pine City as they now take the lead 16-15. And that whistle is a timeout called there by the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. And while they take a timeout, we'll take a short break as well. You're listening to WCMP's Volleyball Game of the Week. Still in the timeout, but the Dragons with the lead here, 16-15. Pine City is back out there, ready to go. Jaguars hear the horn, and they're back out there as well. Again, they have pretty much held control here in this second set, but Pine City has worked their way back into the lead, 16-15. As Lind is serving, and that one is over. It gets over the net on the dig. Pine City has it. Jusak looks for the kill. It's blocked nicely there by Lenzen and Riley Kreger. And that ties things back up at 16. Georgia Rice will check in for Gemma Lenzen. Serve is dug up by Mako, and then hit on down. That's a kill by Kennedy Cessna. Give them the lead, 17-16. Georgia Rice. It's up. It is over. Dug up by Agard into the Dragon bench, and that's a point for the Jaguars. They lead 18-16. So the Dragons held the lead for just a moment in time before the Jaguars got it back, and Georgia Rice did a very good job serving the last time she was out there. Her service dug up this time by Agard to Mako to Rydberg, who will get it over. Dug up by the Jags. Get on over by Riley Kreger. Kept alive by Mako. Now to Rydberg. Lind going to go after it. She looks for the kill. It looked to be out of bounds, and it is! Jaguars extend their lead on the mistake from Lind, 19-16. Jaguars have made this second set a very different story from the first set. They fell 25-12. Rice serve is over. Dug up by Lind. Agard. Hit on over by Staber. Dug up by Cessna. And it's Churchill looking for the kill, and she'll get it. Mako kind of hit it with her palms, and it went straight to the court. Jaguars 20-16, they lead. Rice back to serve. It's over. Lind with the dig. Rydberg to Staber. Dug up by the Jaguars. Hit on over by Cessna, down for the kill, 21-16. Jaguars looking to close it out with 4 more points. They lead this second set 21-16. Trail 1-0, but looking to tie it at 1 apiece. Georgia Rice with the serve. And serve just long. Give a point back to the Dragons. 2 of the Dragons players looked at each other and said, was that long? Was it long? Because I couldn't even tell if it was long or not. That one was so close, but it is long. Mako will check out. Emma Hermanson back in. I think that's one of only like 2 Dragons have looked at tonight. Rydberg's serve rather is over. A little too hard off of Bella Brandt, and Pine City gets a point back, 21-18. They trail. Rydberg back to serve for the Dragons. One of 5 sophomores on this squad. Serve is over. Dug up by the Jags. And hit on over by Riley Kreger. It's in! That's a point for the Jaguars, 22-18. And Kreger's going to be back to serve. Beautiful placement with that hit. There's nothing the Dragons could really do about it. Riley Kreger's serve is over. Pick up by Agard to Rydberg. And Emma Hermanson looking for the kill. Nice placement from Hermanson. She'll get a point back right for the Dragons. Nice hit. Jusak back to serve for the Dragons. 22-19. Jusak's serve is over. Dug up there by Degerstrom and hit on over by Cessna. Rydberg to Agard, kept alive by, that's Brandt, and then pushed far. Oh, and then Hermanson looked at it, but it's down. for a point for Hinckley-Finlayson. That one looked like, to give her credit, it looked like it was going to go well long, but it stays in, and Maddie Churchill looking to close it out. Jaguars lead 23-19. Service up, it's over. Dug up by Bombard, hit on over by the Jaguars, kept alive by Jusak to Rydberg, and Hermanson will get it back over for the Dragons. Kreger, and it's kept alive. Nice dig there from Rydberg. It's going to have to hit on over by Bombard. She gets it over. Jaguars keep it alive. To Kreger, to Bella Brandt, kept alive. So whistle is on the Dragons there. Not sure what that was. But here's set point. Dragons have some work to do if they want to get back and try and take set 2 and sweep this 3-0. But Churchill looking to end that possibility right here. It's long. Long on the serve is Churchill, and the Dragons will have a chance here still. Bombard back to serve for the Dragons. They're 4 points down. They need 4 at least to get it into extra points. Sage Staber checks out, and in for her will be Lind. Bombard back to serve for the Dragons. It's over. Dug up by the Jaguars. Kreger, and hit on over by the Jaguars. Kept alive by Ryberg to Lind. And Hermanson hesitates a little bit on it, but she keeps it alive. It's over the net. Looking for the kill there. Oh, it's going to be long. It's going to be long from Degerstrom. And the point will be for Pine City. 24-21, Jaguars still lead. Bombard with the serve, it's over. I think that's just the key here, is just trying to get the serves over the net. That one over the net from Kreger. And Agar looking for the kill. It's kept alive by the Jaguars. Bella Brandt looking for the kill. Blocked at the net by Lynn. Hit on over. Bombard keeps it alive. It's out of bounds. And set 2 will go to the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. 25-21. And we could be in for another 5-set night here between these two teams. So you hear me mention another 5-set night. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, I said last year their first matchup between these two teams was a great one. And you can hear the Jaguars student section getting into it as Pine City getting back into it. Love to hear that, by the way. Just so happy to see fans back in the stands and the student sections going at it. It's all fun and it's all just games and in good spirits between these two. Trying to be louder than one another. Probably have friends on each side. But continuing on with last year's story, Hinckley-Finlayson won the first 2 sets here in Hinckley against Pine City, and they looked dominant and very dominant in that one. It looked like Hinckley was going to sweep 3-0 because in that third set, Hinckley-Finlayson came out and took the lead right away. But Pine City clawed their way back, won set number 3, came back in the 4th set. It was a bit of a back and forth set. They came back and won set number 4. Then in set 5, man, it was a very good set, a back and forth set. And the Dragons would eventually win set number 5 and claim victory that night, 3-2 over Hinckley-Finlayson. But man, what a game that was between these two teams. I was able to be here for that one, and it was a great one to be at it. Again, it looked like it was going to be all Hinckley-Finlayson. And instead, Pine City had a different plan that night, but tonight it has been really even as each team has won a set here. Pine City won the first set 25-12. The Jaguars won set number 2 25-21. We're in between sets here. Still a little bit of time left. And the teams getting their final words of encouragement here in their huddles. Judges coming back. Dragons make their way out onto the court. And there's the horn, and we get set for action in set number 3. So we're tied at 1 set apiece between these two teams. Still waiting. Not sure what the wait is for. Got a line judge who is back. That's what we were waiting on. She's back, and we're ready to go. Mako checks back to serve for the Dragons. Staber will check out for Bombard. And here we go. And that's the 3rd set in a row for the Dragons that has started with a serve into the net. 3rd one in a row. Not good. That's definitely something you want to change for the Dragons. Bella Brandt, hers is over. Bombard with the dig. Rydberg and Agard will get it over. Dug up by the Jaguars. Hit on over by Churchill. Blocked, but it goes through the hands of Lyndon Rydberg at the net. And it's 2-0 Hinckley-Finlayson. Brandt back to serve for the Jaguars. Gonna get a hold on things here. Looks like the Hinckley-Finlayson coaches had to give some information to the referee on near the scorers table, and then you got a pause and play. I'm not sure exactly what the pause and play is for. Again, the coach for Hinckley-Finlayson had to give some information to the judge on the opposite side near the scorers table. Now he's talking with the head judge on the stand. Substitution or timeout, something. Either way, we get a stoppage and play. And now we're at the scorers table. Still having a conversation, and I'm not sure what it is about. But so that was all about a score. Pine City's going to get a point back here, and now head coach for Pine City's going to go over and ask about why or ask how. So I'm not sure exactly what the call is, but it's going to be 1-1. So that pause in the action was because the Dragons are going to be awarded the point out there. A weird sequence right there, but Agard is going to serve it over for the Dragons. She gets it over and looking for the kill is Lenson. And the block by Lind goes off of her hands and straight down to the court. And Hinckley-Finlayson will take the lead 2-1. Jusak closing the court out there on the court, and that serve is into the net, make it 2-2. Things are tied up as Bombard checks out, Emma Hermanson checks in, that's Sage Staber. And Chloe Lynn back to serve for the Dragons, 2-2 in the 3rd set. And Lynn serving, hits the net, but it's over. And hitting it over is the Jaguars, blocked at the net. And Rydberg looking for the kill. It's kept alive. Maddie Churchill hits it over, kept alive by Lynn for the Dragons. Jusak looking for the kill, and it's touched by the Jaguars. Is going to say it's tipped. Give the Dragons the lead 3-2. Chloe Lind with the serve. It's over. Dug up there by Cessna. Kept alive and hit on over by Riley Kreger. Rydberg to Jusak, and it's blocked. Kept alive by the Jaguars, though. They keep it alive. And then the hit into the net by Churchill. Make it 4-2, Pine City. Chloe Lind still back to serve here for the Dragons. It's up, it's over. Kept alive, and it's going to be hit all the way back onto the Dragon side. Rydberg and Staber, her hit is well long. Just a little too much on that one. Point back for the Jaguars. They trail 3-4 here in set number 3. Georgia Rice checks in for Gemma Lenzen. And, of course, she will be back to serve. She's done a really good job back there tonight, has Georgia Rice. She's had some really good serves, some clean ones, and they have fallen, just in front of the Jaguar defenders, then tapped on over by Rydberg after the dig. Just a smart move there by Rydberg, using her fingertips to just tap it on over in between the defenders. It's down for a point. Georgia Rice will check out, and in for her will be Joey Hopkins. Marissa Rydberg back to serve as Mako checks out, and Emma Hermanson will come into the game. Rydberg, her serve is over, and it's dug up by Brandt. Kept alive, and Brandt is going to look for the kill. It's into the net. Point Pine City, 6-3 they lead. Rydberg back to serve. It's up, and it is over. Oh, it goes off of the forearms a little bit awkwardly there. Rolls all the way back to the Jaguars student section, and that's a point for Pine City. They lead 7-3 in set number 3. Rydberg with the serve, just over the net. And Kreger will hit it on over. Jusak gets it back on the other side, and it is hit, dug up, but the dig is out of bounds. And the Dragons have an 8-3 lead. Jaguars will call an early timeout here in set number 3, and we'll take a commercial break. You're listening to Volleyball on 106.5 FM, AM 1350 WCMP. Back here in Hinckley-Finlayson, student sections getting into it on each side. Showing pride for their teams. Love to hear it. All in good fun, good competitive fun. Rydberg back to serve for the Dragons as they lead in set number 3, 8-3. Serve is dug up by the Jaguars and then hit on over by Brandt, and it will go into the net. Point for the Dragons. 9-3 the lead for Pine City. Rydberg's serve is over. Oh, and it's off of a hand of Brandt. They get 10-3 Pine City. Rydberg's serve is just over, but I think it's going to be out of bounds. And point will go to the Jaguars. Back to serve for them is Riley Kreger. Serve is over, dug up by Agard. And Hermanson looking for the kill, and she'll get it. Point right back for Pine City, 11-4. Carly Jusak back to serve now for the Dragons. Her serve is over, dug up by the Jaguars, but it goes all the way back toward the student benches. And a point for Pine City. Carly Jusak back to serve. Her team leads 12-4 in the third set. It's up and over. With the dig is Brandt. And Kreger looks to tap it over, but Jusak keeps it alive. Then pushed on over by Rydberg, and it's going to be a little long. And that will be a point for Hinckley-Finlayson. 12-5 they trail. And back to serve will be Maddie Churchill. Serve is over, dug up by Lind. To Rydberg, Agard, and it's going to be off of Joey Hopkins, and it will go out of bounds. Dragons 13-5. Sage Staber will be back to serve. Her serve is over. Dug up by the Jaguars. Bella Brandt looking for the kill, blocked at the net by Lynn, and she'll hit it down for a kill, 14-5. Now, if you block it, you are allowed another hit, it looks like. Wasn't sure if you could double hit, but after a block, you must be able to hit it again, and Lynn, knowing the rules very well, did that smartly. Georgia Rice back into the game. She substitutes for Joey Hopkins. And Staber back to serve. Serve is over. Stuck up by the Jags. And pushing it over, that is Cessna. Kept alive by Staber. Jusak, it hits it into the net. And it's 14-6. With Hinckley-Finlayson on the serve. Bombard checks in, Staber out. And it is Kennedy Cessna back to serve. Cessna serve is over. Dug up by Jusak to Rydberg. And Lynn will tap it over. Dug up, though, by the Jaguars. Kept alive by Kreger. Hit on over by Brandt. Jusak with the dig. At the net is Rydberg to Agard. Agard looking for the kill. That one's in. Point for Pine City. 15-6. They have the lead. And Emma Hermanson back to serve. She gets a word from head coach Sammy Nelson. And her serve is over. And that one's going to go off of a Jaguar out of bounds. Another point for the Dragons, 16-5. Hermanson, that one's into the net, 16-7. And we get a substitution here for Pine City. Hermanson checks out. Megan Mako will check in. Also for the Jaguars, it'll be Degerstrom out. Sydney Kreger in, and she is back to serve. Kreger, her serve is over. Dug up by Bombard to Jusak, who gets it over, and that's going to be down in front of the defender, Cessna, for a point, 18-7. Agard back to serve. Serve is up and just over the net. Cessna does a good job of keeping it alive. And with the block is Lind at the net. Lind has done a really good job of that this year, of being at the net, being at the right place at the right time and getting those blocks. Agard serve over once again. And Riley Kreger keeps it alive. Lind looking for the kill. That one's going to be long. That'll be a point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They trail 19-8. In set number 3. Number 14, Summer Thiemann checks into the game for Abby Agard. Seeing her first action on the court tonight. Summer Thiemann again, number 14. Brandt to serve. Mako with the nice dig. And just touched on over by, Rydberg. And blocked at the net by Lynn, but goes out of bounds, and it will be last touch by Lind. 19-9. Jusak will check out, and in for her will be senior Samantha Tacker, number 16. Tacker, her first action of the night. Brandt's serve is over. Dug up by Mako to Rydberg. Tacker looking for the kill. That one's kept alive by Cessna. And Churchill. That one hits the net, but it rolls over. Again, any way you can grab a point, you'll take it. 19-10. Jaguars trail. Brandt to serve. It's up and over. Oh, Mako tried to duck it. She thought it was going to go long. It gets right over her head and down for an ace from Bella Brandt. Brandt's serve is over. Dug up by Bombard. To Rydberg, to Lind. That one's blocked at the net, kept alive, and it's going to go out of bounds. Nice job by the Dragons to keep it alive there, but that second hit just a little too far for anyone to catch up to. And Bella Brandt will be back to serve again, trying to creep back up to the Dragon lead. 12-19, they trail. Her serve is over, dug up by Thiemann. To Rydberg, Lind looking for the kill. It's tapped, blocked. Dragons will keep it alive. Lind looking for a kill. She gets it down. 20-12, Dragons with the lead in the third set. And Staber will check out, and in for her will be, I believe that is Maggie Smetna. It is, number 8, Maggie Smetna into the game, a junior. Her first action of the evening. Lind's serve is over. Dug up by Brandt and hit on over by Riley Kreger. Kept alive by the Dragons. Rydberg looking for the kill. Kept alive there by Sydney Kreger, then hit on over. Rydberg will keep it alive. Tacker will hit it over. Kept alive by Brandt. And then hit on over by Lenzen. Kept alive by the Dragons. And just tapped over and still over the net for the Dragons. And, oh, I thought that was going to be a fourth hit. It will be. So I thought that was a fourth hit. It was. It just took the ref a second to realize it. And that'll be point for Hinckley-Finlayson, 20-13. Dragons with the lead. And Georgia Rice back to serve for Gemma Lenzen. So Rice to serve. Again, she has been a big key tonight for the Jags in serving. And, ooh, into the net. The broadcaster's jinx right there. As soon as I give a compliment, it's into the net. No fault of her own. We'll blame that one fully on me. It's the broadcaster's jinx right there. Rydberg's serve is over, and then a whistle. Gonna get a sub first. Looks like Emma Hermanson will check in for Mako. Rydberg with the serve, 21-13. Her team with the lead in set number 3. Serve is over. Dug up by the Jags. Then looking for the kill is Cessna, hit on over by the Dragons, kept alive. Cessna again will just tap this one over, kept alive by Tacker. That's Lind. Rydberg, well, 2 Dragons will go after it. And Kreger looking for the kill. Not going to happen as Rydberg will push it over, kept alive by the Dragons, and that's Churchill. That one's going to be out of bounds. Point for Pine City, 22-13. Rydberg back to serve, 22-13. It's over. Dug up there by Brandt. And hit on over by Riley Kreger. With the diving dig is Chloe Lind. She keeps it alive once again after the hit on over by Hinckley-Finlayson. And Tacker, that one rolls over the net. Can't believe it kept alive. Churchill looking for the kill. It's into the net. Point for Pine City, 23-13. Rydberg, her serve is over. Brandt with the dig. To Hopkins, hit on over by Riley Kreger. Kept alive, Summer Thiemann goes after it. Kept alive by Smetna, she gets it over the net. Kreger looking for the kill, just taps it over the net. 2 Dragons go after it. It's kept alive, put on down, and now Hermanson looking for the kill. Dragwires going after it. They do a good job to keep it alive. Thiemann with the dig. To Rydberg, to Smetna. Oh, blocked, and it is kept alive by the Jaguars once again. Lynn will keep it alive for the Dragons. Emma Hermanson, this one's into the net, and my goodness, what a set there, or volley rather, by the Jaguars. A nice hustle play, and then good awareness to keep that one alive. Riley Kreger will go back to serve. Sydney Kreger will check out, and for her will be Anna Degerstrom. 23-14, they trail. Kreger's serve is over, dug up by Lind. Rydberg, and then Tacker will tap it over. Kept alive by, that's Churchill. And Riley Kreger looking for the kill. Excuse me, that's Degerstrom. He gets over the net. Lind on the dig. Lind will keep it alive. Thiemann. And hit on over by Smetna. Kept alive by the Jags. A diving volley by Riley Kreger, but it goes outside of that out-of-bounds bar on the net, and it's 24-14. Dragons back to serve will be Samantha Tacker, one of 3 seniors, one of only 2 who are able to play. Chloe Gerner, again, unfortunately, she is not able to play this season due to a torn ACL. Tacker, the serve is over, dug up by Degerstrom. Krieger, and that's going to be into the net from Cessna, and the Dragons will win set number 3, 25-14. So Dragons with the 3rd set win, 25-14. They lead 2 sets to 1. And when we come back, we'll be set for set number 4. Could it be the last set? Possibly. But the Jaguars will look to do what they did in set 2 and get the victory and send this to a 5th set. We'll come back and we'll get ready for the action of the 4th set. When we come back, you're listening to Volleyball on WCMP. Well, they're not going to take the 3 minutes they're allowed. Both teams are ready to go right back to it here in set number 4. Again, you're allowed 3 minutes in between sets, but Pine City and Hinckley-Finlayson not even going to use half of it. Back to serve, I believe that is Samantha Tacker. Tacker, the attacker. Oh, Riley Kreger tries to get a early point on the Dragons. She tried to just hit it over. Oh, I must have been a point ahead. So I was a point ahead on my scoreboard. I apologize. That's why they didn't use the full 3 minutes. Tacker with the serve, and Kreger put it into the net. That will now be the end of set number 3. I was ahead on my scoreboard. 2 sets to 1, the Dragons with the lead. So now we'll be set to go into set number 4. I apologize again. I was ahead on my scoreboard. Some point in there I got ahead. It's hard to see with the position I'm at. It's the best spot for the camera, but not the best spot to see the scoreboard, as I can see the Jaguar half of it, but then I cannot see the away half of the scoreboard. So it's hard for me to keep track. I do my best to keep track on my own scoreboard, but again, I apologize. I was 1 point ahead. But the Dragons do win set 3, 25-14. And we move on to set 4, what could be the final set. But the Jaguars, again, they want to win this set and push it to a set number 5 and look to get the victory in that one as well. But we'll have to wait and see. And when we come back, we'll be set for that 4th set, and we'll see if the Jaguars are able to come back and win set 4, or if the Dragons will end it in set 4 with a 3-1 victory. All that when we come back. You're listening to WCMP's Volleyball Game of the Week. We are set for set number 4. We got to find a different way to put that. I keep saying set for set number, and it doesn't sound right. We're ready for set number 4. There we go. And back to serve will be Sydney Kreger. Her serve is over. Dug up by Bombard. To Rydberg. To Lind. Lind looking for the only point. She gets it right there. A strong kill from Lind. It's 1-0. So back to serve here for the Dragons will be Agard. And remember, 3 straight sets. The Dragons have seen their first serve going to the net. They will change that here. And oh, that hit's going to be out of bounds by Jusak, I believe. Yes, it definitely is. One. And that one's dug up here by Agard to Jusak and pushed over by Mako. Pushed back over by the Jaguars, and Lind will get a point back for the Dragons. Should be 2-1 on the scoreboard. They don't have points for the Jaguars yet. So we're going to get a stoppage in play, I believe, for that reason. I believe we're going to go and correct it on the scoreboard. They do. Yep, 2-1. There they go. They got it correct. Back to serve for the Dragons is Chloe Lind. Still have a pause here as we're still making sure the scoreboard is correct. And Lind is set to serve. It's into the net. Into the net, and that ties things at 2. Lenzen will check out, and in for her will be Georgia Rice, and I can only assume she's going to go back to serve. And she will. And she has been really good back there tonight for the Jaguars. And a key for them. Looking to do that again here. Rice serve is over. Dug up by Agard to Rydberg. Staber looking for the kill. Blocked at the net. Kept alive by Mako. And the Jaguars will get it over. Riley Kreger. Lind keeps it alive. To Rydberg. Staber will get it down for the kill. Sage Staber for Pine City. That makes it 3-2. And that's Arissa Rydberg back there getting set to serve for Pine City. Get a substitution. As Mako checks out, Hermanson checks in. Serve from Rydberg is over, and it's down after a couple of hits. Point for Pine City, 4-2 they lead. Rydberg's serve is over. Nice diving dig there from the Jaguars. Hit on over by Cessna. Lind keeps it alive, and Staber will hit it back over. Jaguars keep it alive. And hit on over by Churchill. Dug up by Agard to Rydberg. Jusak looking for the kill. And it looked like it was blocked at the line, or at the net by the Jaguars, but it must have went off of the Jaguars out of bounds. Point for Pine City, 5-2 the lead. Rydberg, serve is over. Dug up by the Jags. And 2 Jaguars go after it. It gets over the net either way, and they keep it alive, and off of Brandt, as she could not get enough on it to get it back to her teammates. It falls short. Pine City with a 6-2 lead here in set number 4. Rydberg serve is over. And nice diving dig there from Riley Kreger. She keeps it alive. It gets over the net. Sage Staber looking for the kill, and it does not get over the net, and that'll be point for Hinckley-Finlayson, 6-3. Riley Kreger will be back to serve. Sydney Kreger checks out, and a Degerstrom in for her. serve is over. Dug up by Lind to Rydberg. And Hermanson will get it over. Just a little bit long. Point back for Hinckley-Finlayson. 6-4 they trail. Krieger serve is over. Dug up by Agard to Rydberg to Jusak. She taps it over. It's dug up by Hinckley-Finlayson. And then hit on over by Riley Krieger. Dug up by the Dragons. Sage Staber will hit it over. Kept alive there by Degerstrom. And Degerstrom will tap it over. Kept alive by Agard. To Rydberg, to Jusak, right at, that was Hopkins, but it goes off of her fingertips and rolls back out of bounds. Dragons lead 7-4. Jusak back to serve, it's over. Dug up by Brandt, and Cessna looking for the kill. It's dug up though by the Dragons. Rydberg looking for the kill. Dug up nicely by Hinckley-Finlayson. Degerstrom looking for the kill on their side. Dug up by Agard to Rydberg. It's over the net. It somehow got over the net. I'm not sure how. Degerstrom, that's going to be one too many hits by Hinckley. Point for Pine City. What hustle there by Hinckley-Finlayson as they managed to get to it and keep it alive, but a couple of hits just a little too strong as they were unable to get it. Or not get it over the net, rather. Carly Jusak, her serve is over. Dug up by Degerstrom, and she'll be the one to tap it over, but Rydberg with the dig for Pine City, and Agard will push it over. And Cessna looking for the kill, but it is on her side of the net. And down for a point, Pine City 9-4. 9-4, Dragons lead. Set number 4, Jusak's serve is over. Looking, and that one's gonna fall short of Churchill. She wasn't sure if that was gonna get into the net. Oh, no, we get a timeout. I heard the whistle and I seen them point towards Hinckley-Finlayson. I thought they gave the point to them, and I was gonna say, well, you need to change the score as they get to serve, but looks like they're gonna call a timeout. 10-4 the lead here for the Dragons in the 4th set. They lead 2-1. And we'll be right back after a short break. You're listening to Volleyball on WCMP. Out of the timeout. Both teams getting back onto the court. Hermanson back, or excuse me, Staber back in the game for Pine City. Out of the timeout, Jusak back to serve, a 10-4 lead. It's over. Dug up by Hopkins, and it'll be hit on over by Degerstrom. Hermanson, and Rydberg will push it over. Degerstrom keeps it alive. And, excuse me, that was Hopkins. Degerstrom would hit it over, and hit on over by Agard. Kept alive by the Jaguars. Looking for the kill. That's Cessna. It's going to be too far back for any Dragon to go and get. And that's going to be point for Pine City. Cessna, give her credit on that one. 10-5 they trail. Back to serve is Churchill. Maddie Churchill. It's just over the net. Lind has to dive for it. She keeps it alive. Agard will hit it over. Churchill will get the dig on the other side. And Brandt will get the kill. It's off of Jusak. A hard hit there. Point for Hinckley-Finlayson. 10-6 they trail in set number 4. Churchill. Back to serve. That one's going to be into the net. 11-6, Pine City. Bombard back to serve as Staber will check out. Madison Bombard. Serve is over. Dug up by Churchill, and then it is hit off of Hopkins, and it goes right to the court for another point for Pine City. Bombard to serve again. It's up and over. Bella Brandt looking for the kill, and it's too much for Bombard. 7-12, Hinckley-Finlayson trails. Substitution here as Hopkins will check out and Lenzen will check in. Back to serve will be Kennedy Cessna. The serve is over. Bombard. She was a little bit out of position on that one. She needed to be a little bit farther back as that one got to her quickly, and she just did not have enough to get to it. Point and an ace for Cessna. This one's going to be into the net. 13-8. Pine City still with the lead. Mako will check into the game and in for Hermanson. And Mako will be back to serve. Mako serve is over. And that's going to go off of Cessna for an ace for Mako. Serve is up and gets over the net. Cessna keeps it alive and hit on over there by Lenzen. Lind with the dig to Rydberg to Agard, and Agard, that's just in on that back corner for a point, 15-8. Mako back to serve. It is up and it is out. That one came off her hand a little awkwardly. It had a weird spin to it and goes out of bounds, and we'll get a sub here for Hinckley-Finlayson. Anna Degerstrom will check out, and Sydney Kreger will check in, and Kreger will be back to serve. 15-9, the Jaguars trail in the fourth set. We're going to win this set and bring it to a fifth and final set. Meanwhile, the Dragons dig up the serve. Chloe Lind with the kill. Man, when she is able to square up a hit like that, there is almost no catching up to it by a opposing team. I mean, she just hits it so strong. There's little to no chance that you're going to catch up to it. Agard back to serve for Pine City, leading 16-9. Serve is dug up, and it's into the net, but the Jaguars keep it over, but that's a little too far out from Lenzen. That'll be 17-9. Agard back to serve. It is up and over. And hit on over by Riley Kreger. Dug up by Mako. It hits the net, but it's over from Rydberg. Not how she drew it up, but hey, it got over, so whatever works. Rydberg was looking for a strong kill, but it hit the net and then rolled over. Still a point, though, for Pine City. Looking for the kill is Bella Brandt. Does it go long? Is it touched by a Dragon? It's one of the two. They're going to say it was touched. Bella Brandt with a strong kill. That thing was coming in at about 100 miles an hour. Bella Brandt will be back to serve for the Jaguars. They trail 10-18. Serve is over. Dug up by Bombard. To Rydberg, and Jusak looking for the kill. Nice dig there from Brandt. Churchill looking for the kill. Dug up by Agard. To Rydberg. Lind. And she gets the kill. It's going to be off of a Jaguar. Point for Pine City, 19-10. Chloe Lind will be back to serve here for the Dragons. Set number 4. Pine City leads 19-10. Here's the serve. It's over. And it's off of Cessna, and the Jaguars get it over. Jusak with the dig, and Staber looking for the kill, but kept alive here by the Jaguars. Churchill looking for the kill. Dug up by Mako. Agard, she's looking for the kill. Nice dig from Churchill. A lot of Jags go after it. They keep it alive. Nice hustle there. And getting it over was Lenzen. Now Rydberg and Jusak. She'll hit it over. The block attempt is nullified by the hit from Jusak. 20-10 the lead here for Pine City. And a timeout there by Hinckley-Finlayson. While they take a timeout, we'll take another quick commercial break here. A word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to WCMP's Volleyball Game of the Week. Still in the timeout here. The student section's getting into it there as we took our commercial break. I want to take this time to thank all of our fine sponsors for sponsoring this broadcast. Again, we can't do it without them. Thank you to all of you who have tuned in tonight. Can't do it without you either. Thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of it. It's 20-10 here in the fourth set. Pine City up. Chloe Lind back to serve here for the Dragons. Lind. It's over, just over. Nice diving dig by Hinckley. They keep it alive, but it is going to go out of bounds. Last touch there by Riley Kreger. Makes it 21-10. What a diving dig there from Bella Brandt. Kreger just couldn't quite keep up to it and keep it in bounds. Good hustle play, though, by both of those girls there for Hinckley-Finlayson. Staber and Jusak will check out. Samantha Tacker and Maggie Smetna will check in. Senior and junior. Lind, her serve is over. Dug up by Brandt. Cessna hit into the net by, I believe that was Churchill. 22-10. Agard will check out, and in for her will be Summer Thiemann. Chloe Lind to serve. It's over, and it's going to be too strong off the wrists of Brandt. Ace for Lind, 23-10. 23-10, Lind looks to close it out here. Serve is over. Kept alive by Brandt. And then pushed on over by the Jaguars. Kept alive, and it's going to be off of Tacker into the net. Down for a point for Hinckley-Finlayson. Bombard will check in for Chloe Lind on the Pine City side. Georgia Rice, the all-star server for Hinckley-Finlayson, will be into the game. Looking to get her team back into it. They trail by 12. Rice with the serve. It's over. Dug up by Mako. To Rydberg. That is Smetna who gets it over. Dug up by the Jags. And Cessna looking for the kill. It's dug up by Bombard. Nice diving kill. Tacker will get it over. Kept alive by the Jags. And I believe that's Brandt. Nearly got the kill. Smetna gets it over. Jaguars keep it alive. This is Churchill. And it goes off of Bombard into the video board. Point for Hinckley-Finlayson. 23-12. Dragons still with the lead, but Georgia Rice, again, back there to serve, and she has been big back there tonight for them. Just a great server. She puts so much spin on the ball, and it falls just short of the Dragons every single time. Meanwhile, Smetna with the hit. It's going to go out of bounds. Point for Hinckley-Finlayson. So Georgia Rice, she was a big key for them in the second set. Helped them get that 25-21 set win. She's looking to bring them back in here. They've won 2 straight points. Rice with the serve. Dug up by Thiemann. And pushed on over somehow off the fist of Smetna. Rolls off of the net. It's over though. Dragons look to get it over, and Smetna, it's going to go to the net and fall 14-13, or excuse me, 23. No, they don't just magically subtract points in volleyball from one team. Dragons still have 23. Hinckley-Finlayson 14, but Rice, again, so key for them back there. She's still back to serve. Thiemann with the dig to Rydberg, to Smetna, into the net. Hinckley-Finlayson keeping themselves alive. Rice to serve. It's over. Dug up by Smetna to Rydberg. Tacker. Oh, it's off of her hand. A little funny. Down, and Hinckley-Finlayson has climbed back to within 7. Georgia Rice. Serve over. Oh, Mako still able to get it up. And Rydberg gets it over. Mako, that one went up to her bicep. She kept it alive. And this one's going to roll off of Mako a little bit awkwardly off her fingertips. 17-23. The Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars mounting the comeback. They have scored 7 straight. Looking to make it more. Rice with the serve. It's off a bombard. Thiemann with the hustle. Mako, it's into the rafters. Another point for Hinckley-Finlayson, 23-18. Just let Georgia Rice keep doing her thing back there. And she's going to get the Dragons back, or excuse me, the Jaguars back into it. The Dragons, meanwhile, take a timeout. Maybe a much needed one here as the Jaguars are mounting a fierce comeback here, trying to get this thing tied and possibly win to send it to a 5th and final set. But meanwhile, the Dragons take a timeout. And while they take a timeout, we'll take a quick break as well. I lied. We're going to say right here, Dragons quickly broke their huddle. They're back out onto the court just as I was about to play a commercial. Might have had just enough time, but I don't want to risk it because this 4th set, man, since the Jaguars have gotten the ball back, has been terrific. Jaguars 23-18, they trail. Georgia Rice back to serve. Looking to continue the streak that her team has been on. Rydberg gets to it, and Thiemann will hit it on over, more like a push. And Churchill looking for the kill. It's blocked at the net. Kept alive. Tacker will get it over. Georgia Rice keeps it alive. Churchill looking for the kill. Thiemann off of her. It's too far. Hinckley-Finlayson mounting a comeback. It's 23-19. Georgia Rice still back to serve. And if you're the Dragons, you just hope to get a point. That way you don't have to see Rice serve again. She has just been so key here for the Jaguars. Rydberg. Tacker will get it over. Dug up by the Jags. And hit on over. Oh, it's long. Riley Kreger's hit is long. It's going to be out of bounds. This will make it match point for Pine City, 24-19. Rydberg back to serve. She's got a smile on her face after she got a word of encouragement from her bench and her coach. Match point here, 24-19. So for the Dragons, this is key here. Emma Hermanson will check in for Mako, Megan Mako. Marissa Rydberg looking to end it right here. Serve is over. Dug up by the Jags, Kreger. And Cessna will hit it over. Down for a point, 20-24. Jaguars trail by 4. Riley Kreger back to serve for the Jags. It's up. Dug up by Thiemann. It's going to go over the net. Hit on down. And that's going to be a kill. Make it Cessna again. Jaguars still on the comeback trail. Riley Kreger back to serve. 24-21. Serve is over. Dug up by Thiemann. To Bombard. Pushed on over by Hermanson. Dug up by the Jaguars. Dagerstrom looking for the kill. Blocked at the line, but it goes right down to the court. Point Jaguars, 22-24. Riley Kreger. Her serve is up. It's over. Dug up by Thiemann. She dives for it. It's going to go to the pole. Point. Hinckley-Finlayson. They're within one. 1 point away. Carly Jusak going to check back into the game. And Riley Kreger trying to tie things up in this 4th set. Pine City had a big lead, a well-controlled lead, and they've seen it diminish here by the Jaguars. And Jusak is actually going to come back out and says she's going to sub for Smetna, not Tacker. So Maggie Smetna is going to be substituted out for Carly Jusak. Maybe. We'll see. Still discussing it down there, the ref. Got to change it in his book. And there comes Carly Jusak. And it will be in for Smetna. Hinckley-Finlayson coach just wants a quick explanation. Both of these student sections getting into it. You can just feel how close this game is right now. 24-23, the Dragons have saw their lead quickly diminish at the hands of the Jaguars. And the Dragons just want to close it out, but Riley Kreger back there to serve. Dragons going to get a huddle while we figure things out at the scorers table. Well, we have a minute. Just want to make sure to remind all of you to tune in tomorrow for WCMP's football game of the week as Pine City hosts Aiken. Aiken 1-0 on the season, and Pine City 0-1. Aiken and Pine City always, when they play, especially in Pine City, it always seems to be a very close game, and it's a defensive game as well. Well, that should be a good game. And Mora, they'll play against Esco tomorrow. That will be the KBEK football game of the week. Be sure to tune in to those two, as I'm sure those will be 2 very good games. Is Mora 0-1 on the season. They face a 1-0 Esco team. And all of a sudden we have a point awarded to the Jaguars. That has tied things up. Well, I'm not sure why they awarded them a point, but it's tied things up. That'll make things interesting. Tacker out. And Staber in. Wow. So that has, I'm not sure why, but that has changed things drastically. Dug up here. And that's going to give the Jaguars the lead, 25-24 off of Bombard. It's set point for Hinckley-Finlayson. Looking to take it to a 5th set. Riley Kreger. It's over. Dug up by Thiemann. Bombard. Over by Rydberg. Jaguars have it. And, oh, nice job by Jusak to keep it alive. Rydberg will hit it over. And nearly down. And Staber keeps it alive. Hermanson. And that's going to be out of bounds. Pine City will tie it back up at 25. This place is rocking. Pine City will get the ball back in what seems like forever. And out is Thiemann. In is Agard. Back to serve is Jusak. We need 2 points to get the win here for either team. So you have to win by 2. Jusak serve is over. Dug up by the Jags. To Kreger. To Degerstrom. And point for Hinckley-Finlayson. Back to serve will be Churchill. Dragons need this one if they want to get a chance at ending it in this set. But the Jaguars, they just seem destined to take this set. That's it. That's it. 27-25. Jaguars take set 4. Wow. That is all I can say about that. Pine City had a 10-point lead at one time in this set. And then Hinckley-Finlayson took over. Now, Tammy Nelson head coach of the Dragons, did try to put her inexperienced players in, the underclassmen and some of them who normally haven't seen a lot of varsity time this year. She tried to get those players in here, tried to get them varsity experience. And sometimes the inexperience shows up, and it did a little bit here in this set, as Pine City watched Georgia Rice get some really good serves. And the Jaguars were able to capitalize on some of the inexperience from the Dragons. And they capitalized fully here at the end as they now tied things up 2-2. And we head to what will be the 5th and final set here in Hinckley between these two teams. Looks like we might not even use the 3 minutes that are allowed. Both teams look antsy to get back out onto the floor. So again, Pine City won set 1, 25-12. Jaguars took set 2, 25-21. Pine City took set 3, 25-14. And the Jaguars in this set took it 27-25. So back and forth we go. And if this pattern holds true, Pine City will win the 5th set by a large margin. That's how it's been. Pine City has won the first and third set, 25-12, 25-14. But I'm sure after this set, the Jaguars have all momentum and will look to take this one for the win for them. If you're Pine City, this would more or less be stealing it for Pine City at this point, as again, they had a 10-point lead. And the Jaguars demolished that lead and took it into extra points. They take set 4, 27-25. Just goes to show you that you are never out of it, no matter how many points ahead you are in sports. That's what's beautiful about sports. It doesn't matter how big of a lead you have. It can always be taken away. So this set will go to 15. First to 15 to win by 2 will get the match victory. What a set we had in set number 4. It looked like Pine City was going to absolutely run away with it, but the Jaguars showed a lot of heart there. They never gave up and got the set victory, 27-25. Should be a great 5th set here between these two teams. Both teams are back out on the court. Jaguars will serve. It's Churchill. Her serve is over. Dug up by Bombard. Oh, and miscommunication there by the Dragons leads to a point for the Jaguars. Jusak looked to get it. Lynn went after it at first, but then saw that Jusak was right there, and she stopped. They both stopped. Neither one got it. It's 1-0 Jaguars. Bombard with the dig. Nice job by Ryberg to get to it, and Lynn will get it over. Dug up by the Jags. And Brandt looks to get the kill. Oh, and it gets to Bombard a little awkwardly. Jaguars 2-0. Cindy Krager back to serve. It's up, dug up by Bombard. To Ryberg. Lynn looking to get her team back into it, and she will. That one goes off of the block of Hinckley-Finlayson, down out of bounds for point for Pine City. Abby Agard back to serve here for Pine City. It's up and it is over. Oh, and Cessna got into her teammate. Luckily, it's kept alive. Oh, my goodness. I don't know how, but Sydney Krager got it over the net. 3-1, the Jaguars with the lead here in set number 5. Bella Brandt back to serve. It's over. Dug up by Agard. Krager, who tries to get it over quickly, and the Jaguars keep it alive. Oh, my goodness. The Dragons, they look clueless on that one. No one went after it. Communication got to be better there. Jaguars with the lead, 4-1. Agard with the dig, Mako. And Rydberg will get it over. Churchill with the, no, it's dug up nicely by Mako. Agard, Rydberg, Lynn, blocked. Nice shot by Mako with the dig to Rydberg. This time Jusak looking for the kill, and she'll get it. Pine City gets one back. So their early mistakes, they look to delete. Just a miscommunication, really, and it's been a little hurt. It has hurt them, definitely, but again, no matter how many points you're down, you're never out of it. Mako, oh my goodness, I don't know how Rydberg kept it alive. It'll go to the Jaguars' side. Churchill, and that's blocked by Rydberg and Staber. 4-3 now. Jaguars still with the lead. Lynn with the serve. It's over. Dug up by Brandt. And hit on over. Lynn will keep it alive. To Rydberg. To Staber. And that's in. Wow. That one, oh man, that one looked like it was long, but they're going to say it was in. And Pine City's tied it at 4. It's just been such a good game here between these two teams. Back and forth we go. And really couldn't have ended better as Chloe Lind will get an ace, and now the Dragons lead 5-4. Really couldn't have ended in a better way in the fifth set. It's only fitting that it goes to a fifth set between these two teams, much like it did in the first match last year. Been such a good one here between these two teams. We'll keep it here so as not to miss any of the action between these two in the fifth and final set. 5-4, Dragons with the lead. A little bit of miscommunication to start this fifth set for the Dragons led to the Jaguars taking a 4-1 lead. And it looked like the Jaguars might just run away with it. But as I mentioned, the Dragons, their communication got better, and so far it has done pretty well. If you're not tuned into this game, well, make sure you tell everybody to tune in because they are missing out on a good one. 5-4 fifth set, Dragons and Jaguars tied 2 sets apiece. Chloe Lind back to serve as they lead 5-4 in the fifth set. Dug up by the Jags. Kept alive and hit on over by Churchill. Agard keeps it alive and Rydberg will hit it over. And Riley Kreger dug up by Agard. That's Jusak who will get the point, 6-4. And again, every point is precious in every set, but in the fifth set even more so, as you only need to get to 15 and win by 2. Lund's serve is over. Dug up by Brandt, into the net, down for a point for Pine City, 7-4. Chloe Lind back to serve. Into the net. 7-5. Jaguars down. Georgia Rice, here she comes. She's in for Gemma Lenzen. And they know, Dragons know full well why she's in the game. She's a huge part of this Jaguar team and a big reason why they came back in that fourth set to win it 27-25. I think she got them about 10 straight points. Her serve is dug up, and Jusak will push it over. It goes under the net. So the Dragons will get a point back, 8-5. Rice with another good serve. But she'll check out for Hopkins. She had another really good serve, but unfortunately the Dragons this time catch a break as the dig by the Jaguars goes under the net, and Rissa Rydberg back to serve. Mako checked out, Emma Hermanson checks in. Serve is over. Riley Kreger keeps it alive, pushed over. Rydberg will dig it up. Agard for the Dragons hits it over. dug up by the Jaguars. And it hits the net, and it rolls on one side of the pole and then out. So unfortunately, that is point for Pine City. It's unfortunate if you're a Jaguar fan. Good if you're a Pine City fan. That serve is dug up by the Jags, kept alive by Rydberg. And Jusak will tap it over, kept alive nicely by the Jags. A good hustle play. This time Jusak will tap it on down. Nice little just tap with the fingertips for the kill. And it's 10-5. Marissa Rydberg back to serve. Her serve is up and over. And the hit over by Cessna, dug up by the Dragons. Jusak looking for the kill. Two Jaguars go after it, and that will prove to be bad for them as it goes off of probably both of them and goes straight out of bounds. 11-5. Dragons with the lead here in set number 5. We'll see if we can't squeeze in a commercial here before we come back. You're listening to Volleyball on WCMP. Out of the timeout, we're set for the 5th set action. 11-5, the Dragons lead. But again, the Jags showed you can never count your blessings too soon, so to speak, as they came back from a 10-point deficit to get the victory, 27-25. Marissa Rydberg still to serve for the Dragons. And her serve not touched. I didn't think it was. And it goes long, and point will go back to the Jaguars, 11-6. Dragons are adamant that someone touched it on their side. But the judge is not going to listen. I didn't, oh, now we're going to get a pause. I didn't think anybody did. It looks like we're just getting a pause for a substitution. Sydney Kreger checks out, and a Degerstrom in. Back to serve is Riley Kreger. Serve is over. Dug up by Bombard to Rydberg. Jusak looking for the kill. Down for a point for Pine City, 12-6. Back to serve is Carly Jusak. Serve is over. Dug up there by Brandt. Cessna to Riley Kreger. And that's down. Excuse me, that's Degerstrom who will get credit for that one. Down for a point, 12-7. Churchill, Maddie Churchill back to serve for the Jags. It's up and over, dug up by Bombard to Rydberg. Agard with the kill. 13-7. Back to serve now for the Dragons will be Sage Staber. Their serve is over. Dug up by Churchill. This one will be hit on over by Kreger. Dug up by Staber to Rydberg, and that is Hermanson. It rolls over the net for a point. Oh. If you're the team that it goes against, you hate those because it hits the net. It looks like it's going to fall, but it just rolls over somehow. And Pine City will have match point here, 14-7. Staber serve is up and over. And it goes off of Churchill a little bit long. And Pine City will get the victory here tonight. 3-2 as they win set 5, 15-7. What a good match this was here today. It was a great match between two local teams, two teams who are extremely close to each other. They play each other often, whether it's football, volleyball, basketball. They're co-op for wrestling and some hockey. No matter what the sport is, it's always a good matchup when these two teams play each other, and it was here tonight. And this one, no better way for it to end really than in the 5th set. This one was a very good one here between Pine City and Hinckley-Finlayson. Looking at it, Pine City won the first set 25-12. Hinckley-Finlayson came back, won the second set 25-21. Pine City would then come back and win the third set 25-14, and it looked like they were going to win that fourth set and go home with the win 3-1. But Hinckley-Finlayson down by 10 points, got a point back. Georgia Rice came in. Her serves were beautiful. That helped the Jaguars get, I think it was 9 or 10 straight points. And then Pine City would score, but then Hinckley-Finlayson would get the ball back, and they would serve again, and they would get the points. And then it was tied at 24 at one point. Excuse me. And then Hinckley-Finlayson would come back, get the points they needed, and win 27-25 rather in the fourth set to send it to set number 5. And man, set number 5, even though Pine City won it 15-7, it was a great match between these two teams. A great 5th set, and I mean, just all 5 sets were really good. As dominant as the Dragons were in sets 1 and 3, you could just tell Hinckley-Finlayson, they were just never out of it. They were never too far away, and they almost pulled it off here. But in the 5th set, again, the Dragons get the victory 15-7 and 3-1 on the evening, or 3-2 rather. I want to thank all of you who tuned in tonight for a great matchup here on WCMP's Volleyball Game of the Week. It was a good one, and it proved to be the Game of the Week for WCMP. I want to thank you again for tuning in, whether you're listening on 106.5 FM AM 1350 or you're watching online at WCMPradio.com. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors. I want to thank them for sponsoring this broadcast. Again, we can't do it without them, so make sure to thank them personally, as again, we cannot do this without them. The final here again, 3-2. The Pine City Dragons get the victory over Hinckley-Finlayson. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night.